Harium students, I hope you all are doing well. So just be at home and be safe. We are going to continue the same chapter, that is force and pressure. And in the previous class we understood the meaning of pressure and how the pressure is related with the force and the area of contact. And we discussed many examples from the real life situations. But if you see all the examples, we have basically discussed the pressure exerted by solid object. So the solid can exert the pressure on other object, but even the liquid and gas can exert the pressure on the other objects. And this has lots of applications in the real life situations. So the topic we have today is the pressure exerted by liquid, and pressure exerted by gas we'll do in the next class. So I hope you will be finding interest in the class, and let's start the class today. So the topic we have today is pressure exerted by fluid. So let's understand the concepts one by one. So very first we should know the meaning of fluid. So any substance which can flow or is capable to flow is called fluid. That is liquid and gas, they can flow, and that's why they are fluid. And this liquid and the gas can also exert pressure on any object, and that is what we are going to discuss today. So in the previous class we understood the pressure concept, but we understood the pressure exerted by a solid object on the other object. So in the previous class we were just talking about a solid object which was exerting the force and hence the pressure, but today we are going to talk about the pressure exerted by fluid, and today we'll just take the pressure exerted by liquid, and pressure exerted by gas will take in the next class. So liquid exerts pressure. So let's understand the meaning. The liquid has mass and can apply force due to its mass, so it can apply pressure. So the simple concept is, even the liquid is a matter, and any matter has mass, and if it has the mass, it is capable to apply the force, because if you are placing any object which has the mass, then it will totally give force on the other object on which it is placed, and any object which has mass is capable to apply the force. Okay, so that's why the liquid is capable to apply the force, and hence it can apply the pressure. And you can see the picture. If you are carrying an empty bottle on your head, you will not feel it much, you will not feel that pressure, you will not feel that weight. But once you fill this with the liquid, what will happen? The force and pressure will increase on the head. So it is understood, with the liquid the force can increase, the pressure can increase, that is, even the liquid can exert pressure because of its mass. So that is one concept. So even solid has mass, liquid has mass, and even gas molecules have mass. So any matter is capable to apply the force, and hence they can apply pressure. Next, the molecules of liquid are in motion all the time, and hence hit the wall of container and apply force and hence pressure on the wall. Second concept is, in the liquid we have molecules, and if you compare the molecules of the liquid and the solid, so we know in the liquid the molecules are not so tightly packed, so they can move freely from one to other place. And since the molecules are free to move, so they are moving in different direction all the time, and because of this they are hitting the wall. So the wall of the container in which the liquid is placed, so because of the molecules or the movement of the molecules, the force will be applied on the wall of the container in which the liquid is placed, and hence since the force is there, the pressure will also be there on the wall of the container. So the best example you have, when you fill the water in a balloon, what happened? The balloon expands. So balloon expands, why? Because the pressure within the balloon increases because of the liquid. So when you are filling the liquid in a balloon, the pressure exerted by the liquid increases, and hence the balloon expands. So This simple activity proves that the liquid is capable to apply the pressure. So if you take both the concepts together, so we can say the liquid is capable to apply the force and hence the pressure because of two properties. The very first, it has the mass, and second, the molecules are in motion and they are hitting the wall of the container. So that is the simple concept we have. So liquid exerts pressure in all directions. Okay, so if you have a container and if you fill the liquid in the container, so it is understood the liquid will apply force and pressure in all the direction, because you know when you are filling the water in a balloon, the balloon will expand from all direction. Okay, so from each and every part the expansion will take place, and it is understood from this simple activity that when the liquid is filled in the container or any substance or any object, then it will give pressure in all the direction and hence the object can expand because of that pressure. Okay, so next we are going to discuss the factors affecting the pressure exerted by liquid. So the concept is, if pressure is exerted by the liquid, then that pressure will depend on some factor, means what will decide how much will be the pressure given by a liquid in a given container or anywhere. So let's see the factors we have. So very first, density of the liquid. So density, I hope you know, in general, if you see the object, the solid object, the molecules are very close to each other, and we know because molecules are very close, it has high density. Okay, and in the case of the liquid and gas, the molecules are far away, so density is less. So density is somehow related with the closeness of the molecules. Okay, so if the molecules are very close, means the object is solid most probably, then the density will be higher. And if we see the molecules in the gas, the molecules are far away, so the density is less. Or we can say, if between the molecules the space is less, so density is high, and if the space is more, the density will be less. So we can say solid has more density as compared to the liquid, and liquid has more density as compared to the gas. But even if you have different types of the liquid, so even different liquid can have different density. So the best example, if you see the pure water we have and the liquid mercury we have, you see they are totally different. So one side, left hand side, you have the pure water in a glass, and second picture is showing you the liquid mercury in a glass container. So it is understood both are in liquid form, but their density is not same. Means the mercury or the liquid mercury is having more density as compared to the pure water. So if both the liquid will be placed in the same container one by one, then the pressure exerted by these two liquid will not be same. So this will be decided by the density. So the one liquid which has higher density will give more pressure, and the one which has low density will give less pressure. So denser is the liquid, more will be the pressure exerted by it. Denser means more density. Okay, so it is understood if you compare these two examples. Mercury is denser than water, so liquid mercury will give more pressure as compared to the water. Means overall the pressure exerted by these two liquids on the wall of the same container will be different because of their difference in the density. So that is one thing we should know, that the density will decide the pressure. Next, depth within liquid. So you can see the picture. So you can see there is a glass container or any container, and three different holes are made in the same container, and which is written as A, B and C. So at C there is one hole, and at B there is another hole, and at A there is another hole. So we can say at point A, or the hole at A is at the top and the hole at C is at the bottom. So this activity you can try at home. You can take a bottle, and in the same bottle you make 3 different holes at different distance, and then you fill the bottle with the water. And once you see the water coming out from the 3 different holes, you'll have the picture like this, which is shown to you. So at the bottom you'll see the water is coming with very high pressure, means the water coming from the hole which is at the bottom will cover more distance as compared to the other 2 holes. So at A the water which is coming out will cover less distance, and at C it will cover maximum distance, and at B it will be between A and C. From this experiment and activity we can just conclude one thing, that at C the pressure is maximum, that's why water is coming out and covering maximum distance, and at A the pressure is minimum. Okay, so overall the liquid which is coming out from the holes, it is just because of the pressure given by the liquid. Okay, so it is understood from this simple activity that if you go down into the liquid, means if you go deeper and deeper into the liquid, the pressure will increase. Am I clear? So more is the depth. So depth, we basically start the measurement from the top. So from the top, if you are going down into the liquid, the more you go inside or into the water, the deeper you go, the more will be the pressure. Okay, so this experiment you can try at home. So more is the depth, more will be the pressure exerted by the liquid. So you should know, if you go into the sea or ocean, so the more deeper you go, so the deeper you go, more will be the pressure. So if you are going at the bottom of the sea or the ocean, your body may not be able to tolerate the pressure exerted by the liquid at that depth. So you should know, in the same water the density may be same, but still because of different depth the pressure can be different. So more depth, more pressure. Now this picture you can see there are 3 different holes which are visible, that is 3 different holes and through which water coming out, and you can see these 3 holes are at the same depth. So from the top of the bottle they are at the same depth. So you can see the water coming out from the 3 different holes are covering the same distance. So even this experiment or activity you can try at home. In first case you have to make 3 different holes at different height, and in second case you have to take another bottle and make the 3 or 4 holes at the same height. Okay, that is in the circumference of a circle, something like. So if you do the activity, you'll come to know, if you make the holes at the same height or depth from the top of the bottle, the water that is coming out from the different holes will cover same distance. So what does it mean? At the same depth, the pressure exerted by liquid will be same in all direction. So if you see the first picture, that is point B. So at depth B, if you make a circle over the container that is passing through B, and if you make many holes on that circumference of the circle, so you'll see the water coming out from all the holes will be covering same distance. Means everywhere at a particular depth the pressure is same in all direction. Okay, so same depth, same pressure, more depth, more pressure, that is all to be understood. Now this is just for your information. Pressure exerted by liquid is density of liquid into acceleration due to gravity into depth. This is a formula. If you have to calculate how much pressure is exerted by the liquid at a particular depth, you can apply this formula also, but this will be done in 11th class. But still for information, density of the liquid I've already said the meaning of density, but more about density learn in class 9th. Acceleration due to gravity is related with the force of gravity. Like Earth is having its own gravity and different planets have different gravity. So if you take the liquid on the Earth and if you take the same liquid to other planets, then also the pressure exerted by the same liquid can change because of force of gravity. So acceleration due to gravity is one concept related with the gravity that we'll do in again class 9th. And then the depth. So depth you understood. So overall there are three different factors. Two I have already discussed, and third one is the gravity. But since we are talking about the Earth, on the surface of the Earth, and gravity is almost same everywhere, almost same, not same, but almost same. So we can say the main two factors we have is density of the liquid and the depth. Okay, so let's watch the video. We'll see the video of the same activity which I have shown with the help of the picture. We can see with the help of video also. So let's go for the video now. So let's see how the water will come out from three different holes which are at the different depth. So one by one the hole will be opened. You can see the pressure, this one, you can see this one, and the last one. So you understood the pressure at the bottom is maximum and at the top it was minimum. You can watch this video. So the water in the bottle, color is added so that you can see the water clearly, and now you can see the three holes are made at the same depth and the water coming out from the three holes are covering same distance, and simply it shows that the pressure is same. So you can try this at home. Next we have more is the water column, more will be the pressure at bottom. So very first you can see the picture and we'll understand the meaning. So you can see there are three different tubes and all the three tubes are having a balloon at the bottom. So the balloon is fixed at the bottom, and now in the three we have different amount of water. So in the very first tube we can say there is almost no water, in second we have some water, and in third we have more water. So when we talk about water column, we are basically talking about height of water or the level of water. So it is understood in the last one the level of water is higher, so we can say water column is higher, and because of the water column that is higher or the maximum, the pressure is also maximum at the bottom. So you can see in the third case the balloon is expanding more as compared to the other two balloon, because in the last case only we have maximum level of water. So this is also related with the previous concept only. So I hope this is also clear. More is the water column, that is more is the level of water in a container, more will be the pressure at the bottom. So now let's see some practical applications of liquid pressure. Means the pressure exerted by liquid has lots of applications in the real life, and I'm going to discuss only two applications, but you can find out more from the real life situations. So very first we have hydraulic crane. So this is just a model which is a hydraulic crane. So we can see the syringes we have. In the syringe the water is filled and the pipe is connected at different parts of the crane, and this entire crane or the different parts of this crane can be handled with the help of this syringe only. So when the water pressure within the pipes will increase and decrease, then the different parts of the crane will work. So the entire movement of this crane will be with the help of pressure exerted by the liquid. Okay, then we have hydraulic lift also. So this is another model which can be made with the help of the liquid pressure concept. So even this can be lifted up and can be moved up and down with the help of pressure exerted by the liquid. So this is just the model, but you should know practically also the crane and the lift are there in daily use, so you can search out. So I am going to show you the video of the same two model. So I'll show the working model, how they work with the help of hydraulic pressure, so that your concept can be clear. So you can watch this, how with the help of syringes only the crane can work, things can be lifted, and it's nothing but the pressure exerted by the liquid. So within the pipe and the syringe, the liquid pressure is increasing and decreasing, and because of that the different parts are able to move. So that is how the liquid pressure can be utilized in the real life. Just see the hydraulic lift. So only with the help of syringes it can be lifted up, so it can be used as a lift to lift anything up. So it is nothing but the liquid pressure which is working here, and with the help of the pressure exerted by the liquid it can be moved up and down. So even this is in practical use, you should know. So I hope you understood the concepts today, and still if you have any doubt you can write down, we'll discuss in the live session. So now it's the time to answer the questions based on the understandings of the today's class. And the very first question you have: why do sea divers wear specially designed suits? Explain. So you must be knowing, like, sea divers are the one who are basically going into the sea, at the bottom of the sea, and if they go down into the sea they have special costumes. So they wear special costumes and then they go into the sea. So why that special costumes are required, and how can you relate that with the today's class? So just let me see if you can answer and relate with the today's class concept. Second one, volume of water in each vessel is shown in the given picture. Arrange them in order of increasing pressure at the base of each vessel. Explain the reason also. So this picture is given to you. A, B, C and D are the four different containers, and you can see the shape of the container also given or shown to you. And in each container there is different volume of water, 200 milliliter, 40, 400 and 40 milliliter. Now the liquid in each container will exert the pressure, which we have understood. So they will exert pressure at the bottom of the container also. So at the bottom of each container, in which case the pressure will be maximum. So in which container the pressure at the bottom will be maximum and minimum, you have to find out, and you have to give the answer also. Means you have to give the reason also why. So once you find out the one which is having more pressure and then the low pressure, you have to arrange them also. So starting from low pressure to high pressure at the bottom, and you also need to justify the arrangement, why you are arranging in this order. So if you say like in a particular container the pressure will be high at the bottom, then why you think so, or if it is low then why it is so. So you have to arrange plus you have to justify your answer also. So let's see if we can answer it. So we'll continue this chapter, and there are more concepts to come in the next class and more examples from the real life situations. So I hope you are enjoying and finding interest in this chapter. So for today is done. Thank you. Take care. Be safe. Hari Om.